So, yeah. So meet my, hi everyone. Meet my new ficus lyrata. Um, Funny thing, funny story, and I just had to share it. I really just had to share it. So she showed up in our backyard at some point, probably since the spring. We don't really know when, but when we went to clean out our backyard about 3 weeks ago, probably about 3 weeks ago. Sounds about right, yeah. Beginning of the month, she was out there, and none of us had any idea where she came from or how she got there. Excuse me, I've just been eating my breakfast. Oop, there it is. And I have to step way back here into the doorway to actually get her all the way in shot. Isn't that something? So yeah, and she was in still in her nursery pot, which is interesting. So whoever had her, I guess she grew too big, and they didn't feel like repotting her and doing all the things, so they put her in our backyard. Because it was really overgrown. I don't know. I just don't know. But when I got her, she was missing a bunch of leaves. The leaves that she had were all like yellow. They've actually, despite looking so bad in some, like some of them are clearly sunburnt. Because I've been struggling to find a place to put her in the backyard now that we chopped everything down, where she's going to be safe from sunburn. I can't, it's just not, it was not possible to really find that perfect place. So when I realized we had this giant fiddle leaf fig in our backyard, I just thought, well, I guess, I have no idea. I've always thought they were wonderful plants. Like, I've always thought they were wonderful. I just love them. I love a ficus of any kind, but I really take into the ficus lyrata, but I always thought, gee, I can't really have one because of they're very fussy. Now, I specialize in fussy plants. I have tons of fussy plants. But also, not just are they kind of fussy and specific, but they need certain sun requirements, and our house doesn't really get them except in the sunroom, blah blah blah. But and they're expensive, and yet like one just appeared. So what do you do? You bring it inside. You welcome it in. Initially, I was not going to do that, and the plan was never to bring her inside. The plan was to keep her outdoors and keep her happy out there, repot her in appropriate soil and a larger pot, and with some clay gravel or clay pebbles at the bottom, to keep her roots happy. And then, I don't know, eventually, I guess, bring her to my mom and dad's where they have plenty of space for her. But what happened was, yesterday when I went, we're having like 106 degree days right now, which is utterly miserable. Our house is like, we can only cool it down to about 80 at best. So we're definitely feeling the impact of it, but I'm at a loss here. What happened was I went out to repot her, and it went much more smoothly than I could ever have expected. And then I got her repotted, and I couldn't just leave her there. I got her potted, watered, etc. And I thought, I can't do that. She's going to keep getting sunburned in that spot. There's nowhere I can put her in the backyard where I know for sure that she's not going to be sunburnt. I guess if I really want to monitor her and make sure she's okay, I'm going to have to bring her inside. And so that's what I did. And while the original intent was also never to bring her inside and not to keep her, but to take her to mom and dad's where they have the perfect conditions for a fiddle leaf fig and the ceiling height for her to just get as big as she'd like. And it may still happen. I don't know. I just don't know. But I brought her inside last night, and I immediately, within 40 minutes, like I left her there to just kind of get adjusted. And then when I came back, the room was filled with this energy that was just amazing. And it felt like she was smiling and like saying thank you. And she's got such a huge presence, and yet it's not overbearing, if that makes sense. And I put the Monstera, the Monstera's been there anyway, but the Monstera's like, oh, hey, welcome, you're so sweet, how are you? And I don't know, because my plants talk to me. But yeah, she's been happy. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it really felt to me like she was really happy. And like I still feel it now. Like she's smiling and she's like, thank you. And just a funny, cute little thing. She, when I came back, like 45 minutes later, this had happened. She was already poking a leaf through the blinds, which I think is so funny and cute. I love it when plants do stuff like that. They're so smart. They're so intelligent. They know their needs, Yeah. And I had sorry about the wobble cam here. I had my Baltic blue pothos over there on top of the tower of taro. And I really was worried that she'd get mad, but she seems happy over here next to Stuart. Stuart is a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. There's a story behind that, but we'll do it another day. But yeah, I got this one as a present for myself for Mother's Day. I also watered her yesterday, so I think she's a little bit happier. But yeah, I thought she'd be really grouchy over here, and she seems happy. So that's a relief. Yeah, so anyway, there we go. And it's funny, last night I was sitting here and I was thinking about, like, what was this tarot card yesterday? I couldn't assign a meaning to this one. Whoops, yeah, this one. I was thinking, what was the victory yesterday? Because the Six of Lotuses is basically the Six of Wands. And then as I was looking at the parasol, I immediately realized, the shape and the leaves and like, that's it. I think that's it. I think that was what it was. I really do. I would never have thought of a plant as a victory, as the victory umbrella or victory parasol, but I think that's what it meant. Did not make that association at the beginning of the day. So there we have it. I'll put this one back. I've got to reshuffle for today. But yeah, that was, that's the story. And then as I was sitting there thinking, like, she's such a sweet, like, friendly, happy, almost like a Sesame Street character somehow, gentle giant. I decided to consult my plant witchery book by Juliet Diaz. If you're at all into plants in any way, shape, or form, whether house plants or garden plants or wild plants, any plants, so highly recommend this book. Juliet Diaz because of her work with Lorraine Anderson, right? So the Earthcraft Oracle, the Samhain Oracle, Beltane Oracle, Yule Oracle, she did all of those. And I went in last night to look at, do I have an entry in here for fiddle leaf fig? And look at that, ficus lyrata right there. So the essential properties of them are, let's see, we'll bring it in, abundance, energy clearing, and happiness. And that's really what I felt when I walked into the room after bringing her in. And I had to clean the whole room and do it's basically had a big deep clean in a whole bunch of areas. Fiddle leaf fig is a tropical rainforest plant. She's become popular house plant, but she doesn't generally like being indoors. Yeah, giving her humid environment, plenty of care and attention. Yeah. Yeah. So then she writes, we don't know that there's any medicinal properties for her. Magical properties are abundance. Grows steadily and with confidence and can help you do the same. Bring her to your altar when you're doing manifesting work, even if it's simply journaling, planning, or creating a vision board. That's so funny. I mean, because I of course, like, I wanted to put her, whoops, there she is, right next to the altar. It's the best place for plants in this room. So, or the shrine. So hopefully she'll receive all of the beneficial energies of the Buddha and the Taras and Machik and the Dakinis, and be nourished by that, and then help like bring that abundantly into all areas of the life in the world, for the benefit of all beings. Let's see. And she does recommend in here, using, writing down what you need on a piece of paper and then putting it above the dirt, putting it on the dirt above her roots. And she writes that Fiddly Fig is a gentle giant, which is totally how I'm experiencing her. She keeps to herself and emits positive energy. But if you don't take good care of her, her energy will turn turbulent and she will fill your space with chaos. This isn't because she's vengeful or petty. She's trying to alert you that she needs help. But if you give her the care she needs and make sure her environment is supportive for her, she will fill your home with positive energies as she sucks out the negativity and filters in the good. Yeah, she raises your mood and whisks away any negativity. I'm definitely feeling that. I'm definitely feeling the benefit of that in here. So I had to share the happiness over that with everybody. Yeah, I've just been so excited to have her, just to find her. I just couldn't believe, like, who would do that? Who would do that? Anyway, probably somebody who had a decorative plant, had to move house, didn't know what to do, and was like, well, it'll be okay if I put it here because there's at least some shade and, it's spring or summer and it'll probably be okay. And they were right. She just got very malnourished and dried out, and yeah. But I mean, just watering her changed the color of her leaves right away. So they stopped being quite so yellow. At any rate, I'll keep everybody updated about how she does. And yeah, I'm just really excited. I'm excited. And I mean, who would have ever thought I'd have a 7-foot tall tree in my sunroom? I really would never have expected that. Bringing plants in for the winter is going to be really, really interesting this year. More so than ever before. I can tell you that. All right, friends. That's it. And I will see you again very soon. Bye.